Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today's going to be some sauce that I'm going to be giving out for the free ski. Recently, I've ascended my trading and I still trade the same, but now I use a couple other tools and confluences to, basically get more precise entries and average a higher risk reward on my trades. Without further ado, let me show you guys how I caught high of day today on New York that ran for 800 points. And let me also show you how you could have caught high of day in Asia session, which is currently up 7.5R, 185 points. Alrighty, so we're over here on NQ. So market opens, right? And this is pre-FOMC, okay? So I didn't trade today. And what I noticed was we came all the way down into the 27,400s, okay? So what did I see off market open, right? Well, I see that off open, we manipulated up. Right here, I'm going to label it this open. We'll mark it out on the 5-minute as well. This is your manipulation up off of the open, okay, to distribute lower. So when I see that, I like to grab my standard deviation tool, Fibonacci tool, and mark out the high and low on the consecutive candles. And where do we bottom out on? Bottom out on the 2 to the 2.5, and we get a reaction here, okay? So whenever you get a reaction here on your standard deviation levels, that means you have the right standard deviation, okay? Let's go on the 1-minute as well. And the reason why I know that this was the right standard deviation, look what we did when we hit the 1, okay? We hit the 1 and we got the retrace to go lower. Also, another short that you could have taken based on hitting the 1 and getting a pullback. Let me zoom in. Look at this. Bam. So again, consecutive legs that make the low. 30 seconds, these 3 candles after hitting the 1. Where do we top out at? The 2.5 or the 2.25. That's the exact level. So you can mark that out. That's that line right there. Okay, that's the high. You could also pair it with, I don't know if we had SMT or not, but also aligns with OTE, the range. And yeah, you could have taken, I guess, like a continuation short. Boom. Target that low-hanging fruit, or if you want better risk reward, you target the standard deviation at the 2. So that's one thing you could have taken. And then as you could see, when we get all the way down in here, right, lunch starts to reverse. When lunch reverses, I'm looking at the market and I'm seeing, okay, well, if this is the reversal, where are we gonna top out at? Okay, so you see these two 30-minute candles that put in that low, mark the low to the high. Where do we top out at, man? This shit is insane. The 2.25. Mark it in yellow. And when you pair it with a high time frame SMT with an internal SMT, okay? This is how you get really, really high probability trades. So boom, we have the yellow level right here, okay? Yellow level right here. Here with internal SMT, you take displacement out of it, and then you target whatever's given to you, right? This is the last high, right? So that's your level you could target. Or what I did, even better, you go to the 3-minute here, mark the high, mark the low. What does the -4 align with? By the way, -4 is your max expansion zone, right? So this is where you're expecting the market to either, retrace from or consolidate from. But yeah, look at this. So 1 to 10, basically. 1 to 10, 350 points. Okay, this is what I took on my funded today on my Lucid, and I actually TP'd at around a 5R, which was this low right here. This is where I TP'd at because I was up 165 points. I didn't need any more for the consistency. So, but yeah, if I let it run, it goes all the way down for 860 points, 1 to 24R. Okay, banger, 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 high of New York session. Now, what do we do off open? New day open. Look at this. New day open. Look at this drawn liquidity. We have basically equal lows, and the new day open does not have a wick. Do you guys see this wick? So that's a really strong drawn liquidity for me. So now, what do I see for Asia? Well, let's mark out the last 2 lows that made the low. So on the 1-minute here, it's this low to the high. Okay. Now, what does this align with? Well, we almost hit the 2 standard deviation right here, but we just got short. So I wanted to see at least the 2 get hit. What do we do when we hit the 2.5? We get a reaction. How do we know that this is a good standard deviation zone because when we're going up and we're hitting our levels, they're getting respected, okay? So off bat, I know that this is a good standard deviation level. So boom, the 2.5 gets hit, and we have internal SMT. After that internal SMT, you could have, I guess, limit ordered this order block, stop at the SMT high. You almost would have got stopped. And look where we bottom out at, man. I can't make this up. Look at this. So this is actually the model kind of failing live time. So look at this. So we hit the 2.5 and we pair it with the SMT. Now, if you're looking for an entry, you could have took the CISD out of this, right? Stops at the SMT high. Boom, boom, boom. Max expansion for 2.6R, 70 points, -4 for 3R. But look at this. The manipulation that put in, this is the manipulation, the SMT. This is where we're going to mark. Boom, high to low. Look at that. Aligns with the 2.5. Guys, where do we bottom out at the move? Where do we bottom out at? The 2.5. Look at that. Look at that reaction. And then we come up all the way higher. And then we hit the 3.5. This is how you know we have the right level again. What do we do as soon as we hit the 3.5? Well, let's zoom in. We react off of it. See this wick right here? We react. No entry model. We come up higher. What do we do? The max expansion is at -4, okay? -4 is the best max expansion zone. We hit the -4. This is Asia. New hourly opens, puts in the internal SMT. This is sauce, guys. Pay attention. Puts in the internal SMT paired with a -4 reaction. What do you do after we put in that internal SMT right here? Boom. You could take this inverse or this displacement candle, right? That's your basically displacement after SMT. That's kind of confirming that the SMT is going to hold. So you could enter there and I guess just target this manipulation. Boom. You could target -4 for a 1 to 7 or see these lows right here, these low resistance lows. It's on the way to the -4, so you could just drag it here for 1 to 8, 175 points, and look at that. Bam. Okay, so this is like actually insane. This model is really fun to trade with. Really high probability when you pair it up with SMTs, standard deviations, overall draw on liquidity, and also key time frame opens. You could catch bangers. Like, it's actually insane. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this kind of short little video. I just wanted to run it down on how I measure out standard deviation, how I am able to top tick and catch high of days, high of sessions, low of sessions, and stuff like that. So I've only been doing this for the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna back test it and try to get 6 months of data on it. But yeah, man, I'm really enjoying this trading style. It's actually insane, and it's been helping me on my narrative with trading so much. So if you guys want to test this out, let me know how it's working for you guys. That'd be greatly appreciated. Join the free Discord, links in bio. Follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram, and use my code DTOWN on Alpha Futures. Without further ado, guys, take care, and I will see you guys in another video. Peace out.